I mean, I think in the sectional, anybody can make a run anytime. In 2015, we were the seventh worst team in the sectional. We hadn't beaten anybody in the sectional, and we win 3 games, go on and win it. So, the thing with really high school basketball, but girls basketball especially, is you make shots, you can beat anybody on any given night. Last night we played Bedford, arguably the best team in the state, and we've got them down 13-8 in the first quarter, and we're just cruising. And it just comes and goes. When you're making shots, you can beat anybody anytime.
Yeah, and the amount of momentum that you carry into each quarter of the game, it really affects how much, how aggressively you play and how well you play, and seeing. I guess what I'm getting at is, do you feel like you guys are, whenever you're on fire, you stay on fire, or do you kind of, is it kind of hit or miss with you guys?
Well, a lot of it just kind of deals with, can we maintain our conditioning? We don't play a lot of kids, and there are times in games where we just get tired, and usually that's when we see our dips in scoring. We're Charlestown, one of the teams we could play. We were leading them in the first quarter, leading at half, and we come out in the third quarter, and they wear us down a little bit, and we only scored 2 points in the third quarter. So for us, just being able to play through our conditioning based on how many minutes our starters are playing is one of the key points.
Right, and with all this COVID stuff going on, has that affected you much this season?
We've been pretty fortunate, really, other than losing a couple games because of COVID. We haven't had anybody test positive, knock on wood with a week to go, but we've been pretty fortunate to stay away from it. We've had some illness where we've kept some kids out for a while just to make sure and be precautionary, but we really, as a team, haven't been affected by it too much.
Well, good. Now, after this season, how many girls are you going to lose?
We lose 5 seniors.
5 seniors. Do you have any kids that you think will be able to step up and carry the ball next year?
Sure. That's what hopefully good programs do, and we've moved Kendall Hickey up. She was averaging 17 points a game playing 3 quarters of JV, and we've moved her up into more of a varsity role, and so she hasn't been playing JV anymore. So we hope that next year she's one that's going to be able to step into that spot. We'll return Sydney Brown, our starting point guard, and we'll really be able to expand her role and let her score a little more. But we have a lot of sophomores that have lost some good JV minutes this year that we're counting on big things for next year.
Well, that sounds like a good plan. Whenever you get these girls together and you feel like you've got that right group, you've got the right amount of girls, what is what is your strategy for keeping these girls, heading that direction?
Really, such a huge thing for us over these past six years has just been our team chemistry, and to keep everybody with a team-oriented goal. We're big on loving each other, playing for each other, and that's kind of our base. That's kind of our mantra is, if you do these things, then everything else will take care of itself. Basketball will take care of itself, and ultimately winning will take care of itself.
Right. You having that family atmosphere and that, like you said, loving on each other and pushing each other to the top. It always makes it a little more bittersweet every season, doesn't it? Whenever you know that you're getting ready to lose, these kids, but hopefully they're moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, it's tough. Tomorrow night's our senior night. We'll say goodbye to 5 senior players, 2 senior managers, and we've been together for a long time and been through a lot of wins and a state championship game and conference championships and all those things. And we'll take a minute to reflect tomorrow night on just what we've been through together as a group. And those are special moments that you can never get back.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that every year, but at the same time, there's always those special standouts that are always in your head. Especially with being a youth coach as I have been. Excuse me. some of these kids I've seen since, like third grade, and watching them as seniors, it gets really, really sentimental really fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll go back to coming in, and this group was in third grade, and you see Natalie Knoll as a 4 foot, 60 pound soaking wet third grader, and now she's here as a 5'9" beast of a player. You can say that about Abigail Rad, Macy Thomas, and Kaylee Klingel Smith. Natalie Dean. Just to watch them grow over the years. They put in so much time and spend so much time with me that they truly feel like your own kids, and it's hard to let go.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. So 7 p.m. on Tuesday, I'm sure you're going to be waiting to see, who comes out victorious there. Do you have a separate game plan for each team, or do they play kind of similar, or how's that going to work out for you?
Completely opposite. Charlestown's a very guard oriented, just kind of a finesse, outscore you kind of team, and Corden is more of a post power forward oriented team. They want to get into you, be physical. They kind of hang their hat on their defense. So we'll see. And whoever it is, it'll be a completely different opponent. So that's why, as far as right now, preparation and going through our daily, just thinking on down the road, there's not really anything you can plan for at this point because it's two completely different opponents.
Right. So
really high quality.
Right now, you're just working on basics and keeping the team, motivated.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep them sharp. We got Austin tomorrow night, so we'll focus there, and then tomorrow night at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, we'll start looking to that next one.
There you go. With the sectional rounds, do you feel any rush or any urgency that maybe it's coming up on you really fast, or are you guys pretty well in the what am I looking for here? Are you guys prepared for the road that comes?
Well, I think just with all the games we played and the importance of the games that we played over the last several years, that from the mental side of it, we should be well prepared. Us in Silver Creek played in the state championship last year. We played in the state championship the year before. So, our sophomores, Abigail, Nat, Macy gets in and hits a 3 in that state championship game. Right. Gets in late in the game in that state championship game. Nat starts, and Ab is our first player off the bench that year. And so they've been there. They've been through it. Last year, we were in the sectional championship against the number 1 team in the state. I think they were number 1. We were number 2. And you can't get more of a stressful situation than that. And so these girls have been there. That shouldn't be in the equation really at all for us when we get there next week.
Well, having that experience and being there, that really should play to your advantage with those girls. The nerves might not be as bad. I mean, I'm sure that there's with anything, there's always going to be those nerves, but maybe they'll be a little more comfortable in that situation and be able to use that to their advantage and kind of ignore the hype about who they got to play next.
Yeah, we're hoping that's a big advantage for us, and that'll be a big advantage for Silver Creek. But I would say that there's kind of a pecking order, and very seldom do you see a team go from not winning a sectional game, not being in the mix, to all of a sudden we're sectional champs. I mean, usually it's, okay, we win the first round of sectional, and then the next year we get to the championship, and then the next year we win it. So with the other teams in our sectional, they haven't been through that yet. They haven't been through a sectional championship and a sectional semifinal, but us and Silver Creek have played on the highest stage, the biggest stage. So I'm hoping that's a big advantage for us.
Well, Coach, it sounds like you guys have got it pretty well under control, and like you said, on February 4th, you'll may the best team win, and hopefully it's those Salem Lady Lions.
We hope for, but it's going to be a tough test.
Well, everything is a tough test, and any day those girls could come out there and just blow you away and play the best basketball of their careers and really surprise everybody. So I guess that's what we should all hope for.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach Hickey, I appreciate the time tonight, and good luck this with the sectional, and good luck tomorrow night.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back, and I'm going to read off a few events that we've got going on here.
This is Becky White from Wslm. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hey everyone, Taylor here from John Jones Salem Service. It's time for that fall maintenance, so if you've been putting it off, the time is now. Stop in and get a free 27-point inspection and a free alignment check with any service. Call today at 877-473-5546 to make your appointment, or just stop in and see us. 1450 South State Road 60, Salem, Indiana. We look forward to seeing you.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they paid so little.
Jurassic Quest is back and bigger than ever. See over 100 life-size animatronic dinosaurs, Apatosaurus, Spinosaurus, the T-Rex, and the 50-foot-long Megalodon. Interact with walking dinosaurs and baby dinos, dinosaur rides, giant fossil digs, airbrush animal tattoos, inflatables, craft stations, and more. Don't miss the largest and most popular dinosaur event on tour this weekend at Kentucky Expo Center. Tickets are flying fast. Buy tickets in advance for best selection at JurassicQuest.com.
Did you know that every year the McDonald's system purchases nearly 4 million pounds of pork from the state of Indiana? So when you bite into that classic sausage, eggs, and muffin, there's a good chance that the sausage patty came from the Hoosier State. And WSLM Radio wants to make sure you get your hands on one. Tune in to WSLM's morning show this week for details on how to win free breakfast items.
Whenever the forecast is nice, you're probably thinking about enjoying the great outdoors. Whether that means doing some four-wheeling or hitting the road in an RV, First Harrison Bank can help make your dreams a reality with a loan designed to meet your needs. Talk with one of our associates about our options for RV, boat, and camper financing. If you're looking for a great auto loan, we can help with that too. To get started, just visit us at firstharrison.com. Keep it easy, keep it local. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Betty Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Betty Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana. Stevie Mottsinger here with Eddie Gilstrap Motors, cheering on the red, white, and blue. Go Senators!
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Winter is here, as well as a bunch of Chevrolet trucks. We've got incoming 21 and 22 model Silverados. Come check out our inventory at 1450 South State Road 60. Pick out a truck that works best for you and your family, or check out our inventory online at johnjonesautogroup.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at 877-473-5546. And from Jalen Hoare over at John Jones, happy holidays.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they paid so little.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm going to read off a little bit of copy here so that we can go through some of the local events. Last night in local sports action, Salem Lady Lions lost to Bedford North Lawrence 57-34. They wrap up the regular season Thursday night hosting the Austin Lady Eagles. The Lady Lions are now 10-9. The Lady Musketeers posted their second loss in a row in the last few days to Paoli Lady Rams last night in a 40-37 match. The Lady Musketeers are now 11-11 and finish out the season Thursday night at Henryville. The Lady Senators finished their regular season last night on the road, added another win to the column last night at Borden, and defeated the Lady Braves 55-44, bringing their overall record for the season to 13-7. Sectional play begins for Eastern and West Washington next Tuesday, February 1st. Salem drew the bye and will play next Friday, February 4th. January 28th, Salem boys versus Austin at 7:30 p.m. Eastern boys at Springs Valley at 7:30 p.m. as well. West Washington boys at North Harrison at 7:30 p.m. January 29th, Salem boys at Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Eastern versus Salem at 7:30 p.m. You wrote that twice, Greg. Just different ways. And tonight after the show, stay tuned for the remainder of the IU men's basketball coach show, and the IU game tips off at 8 p.m., and you'll catch that right here.
Well, we have the Salem guys will broadcast from Salem. Guys will broadcast.
Oh, so it'd be two different channels. I got you. I understand what you're saying now.
Two different sides of the story.
Right. We'll find out which one's lying at the end of the night. All right, so my next guest tonight is Coach Mike McBride. He is Eastern's girls basketball coach. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing good. How are you all?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Boy, it's been a cold day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been. Weather certainly changed, and you know it's almost postseason time when that happens.
Yeah, whenever I walked out this morning, it was 8 degrees in the car, and I was like, you know what? I might just go back to bed.
I think a lot of people were thinking that way.
All right, so your sectional draw, you guys are playing Henryville. You guys got kind of similar records there. How you feel about that game?
Well, we actually play Henryville tomorrow night in our last regular season game. So.
And then you'll play them again in sectional in the first round.
Yep. So we'll get them twice in a row within a matter of about 5 days, and we feel pretty good about where we are as a team. I mean, we're playing better here at the end of the season, and hopefully, getting ourselves prepared for a good week next week.
Yeah. So Providence got the bye on that. And you guys, so, if you guys advance, that's who you'll play. How do you feel about them? I don't actually have their record down here.
Well, both teams, I think Henryville and Providence, they're young. They, kind of have their own style and system where they're probably, Providence in particular, 2-3 zone defense, maybe a little bit of pressure. Henryville kind of the same way, 2-3 zone. And, one of the things we've, tried to improve on as the season's gone on is our perimeter shooting. That's still a work in progress for us. But if we get some girls to step up and knock down shots, we should be okay.
Now, how many seniors do you have on your team?
We just have two. McKenna Jeter is our point guard, and then Christina Knight is our wing guard, our two guard. And those are our two seniors. They do a good job. Very athletic, very aggressive defensively. Similar size. They're only about 5'4", but man, they compete like crazy.
Yeah. How do your underclassmen look?
Well, our junior class is one of our bigger classes. We've got 7 juniors on the roster, and that group has experienced a lot of success through middle school and here into high school. And it's a group we've kind of anxiously waited for, and I think they've waited for this season where they're all finally playing together again, and they're not kind of split between varsity and JV. So
right,
they're excited about the opportunity here in the postseason to kind of see what we can do, and knowing the schedule we played this year, it's prepared us for anything we might see.
Right. And it's always good whenever you've got those kids that have grown up playing together, when they finally get together, and if they start to click again and start to get the ball rolling, that could be some really exciting ball.
Yeah, and we've got a good complement from the standpoint of the group we have. I mean, Kai McKinley's a post presence inside for us. Averaging 14 points a game, shooting over 62% from the field, and then Ava Souter, another junior wing, averaging 10 points a game, who can attack from the perimeter. And so we've got a good complement of players, that kind of balance everything out for us.
So how would you sum up your season this far, up to this point? How would you describe your season?
Well, it's been very challenging because of, one, the schedule. I mean, if you look at the Sagarin ratings in the state for Class 2A, we've played the toughest schedule of any 2A team. And, when we're constantly playing 3A and 4A schools, it's going to test us. And, it's created a lot of adversity for our girls, and we've had to experience a lot of growth through that adversity. And, it's been a good experience for them to really get them to the point now here in the end of the season where it's just now 2A competition that we have to worry about, and just make sure we're prepared and ready to play every night.
Yeah, and playing those bigger schools, to me, it seems like that would really help out once you get into sectional, because then you're kind of falling back to your own. I don't want to say your own level, but your own likeliness. Everybody's the same there, so you get the same student pool and this and that. So that could be a huge advantage to you guys, couldn't it?
Yeah, and I've always, last couple of years, when you look at the Mid-Southern Conference and you look at Salem and Silver Creek and, the other schools that are competing every year for that sectional, and they just beat each other up. And I've teased Coach Hickey and Coach Shane down at Silver Creek that, hey, I only got to play you guys once, and then we're done.
Right.
I don't have to worry about trying to fight against you in the sectional.
Yeah.
Like you said, we come back down to our class 2A, and, that's what we get to see in the postseason.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, that doesn't do anything but sharpen your girls. With that stiffer competition with the bigger schools. So I can see that as being a good thing whenever you guys get back down to just strictly 2A play.
Yeah, because we played Columbus East this year, and they're huge. They go 6'3", 6'4", 6'1", and they press you and zone you and trap you all over the place. We've played New Albany, athletic, Floyd Central, athletic, and then, talk about Salem, Silver Creek, Corden, the Mid-Southern Conference is a gauntlet, it's just a struggle every night whenever you play those teams. And so we've seen, multiple styles, variations of style of play, size, quickness, athleticism. So like I said, we can always refer back to a specific game when we start looking at scouting reports for the postseason.
Yeah, you mentioned Columbus East, and they're what, 5A, 6A school? I mean, they are a huge school, and they're kind of dominant at everything they do. Wrestling, which we do a lot of talking about wrestling here on the winter edition of Coach's Corner, but they're monsters up there. So I could just imagine how their basketball teams are going.
Yeah. They just beat Silver Creek last night, and they're ranked in 4A and, looking to make a postseason run themselves. So it's been good for our girls. We haven't really had a whole lot of what you would call cakewalk games this year, so it's been
but at the same time,
every night.
At the same time, do you really want those cakewalk games? I maybe once in a while they're good to boost the confidence, but do you really hone any skills at them?
Yeah, they can be a challenge. It's like, tomorrow night we play Henryville, and, we're the odds-on favorite there, obviously. But, it's a chance for me to maybe play some different variations of lineups and, get some of our younger girls, particularly tomorrow night, into the game and kind of, get them ready for what it might be like in sectional. But you can never duplicate the pressure and the atmosphere of the sectional. But
right. It is a whole different ball game whenever it just seems like there's more on the line, which, of course there is.
Yeah, and the fans and the student sections and, the atmosphere, just, the noise, it just changes everything.
Yeah. I'm admittedly not a big basketball guy. I've never been, I never played basketball, and I don't know much about it, but I know competition. And whenever you get down to where this isn't just another game, this is, for the the chance to play next week, things get really serious, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely do. You know, it's like I said, tomorrow night's going to be a good test for us, and then I think the girls are already getting anxious, you know, to try to get there, but we don't want to rush it.
Right.
Just make sure we're prepared the best we can, and you know, playing the first game is always different too, because you're used to playing a JV game in front of that, you know, and waiting.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, it's just a different bird when you get there, but
it's on right now.
Yeah, the fans love it.
Yeah, you know, and I've gone to a couple of the Salem games because, you know, that's where I'm from up here. I've gone to a couple of the Salem games over the years, and, you know, the energy that you get from a basketball game, you know, those kids are up and down that court, and, you know, their cardio's got to be on point, and you just get a different kind of energy from a basketball game.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, we always talk about the dry mouth, you know, that first 2 or 3 minutes of the game. You know, it's going to happen, you know, because of the stress, the anxiety. You just got to get through that first 2 or 3 minute period and catch your breath, and then let things settle down from there, and then just go about your business.
Yeah, you know, and like you said, you've got to settle down and get your composure, because, you know, sometimes you get into that panic mode and you just lose all sense of everything.
Yeah, and it's, you know, the mental side of it's huge, because, you know, you just gotta be mentally tough, gotta be focused, and hopefully, you know, relax so that the game can slow down a little bit for you while you're playing.
Right. Now, you guys play Henryville tomorrow night and first round of sectional. Let me ask you this: what kind of team is Henryville?
Well, like I said, they're kind of young. You know, they're trying to build their program back up to where it was just a matter of, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, and you know, they've gradually improved throughout the season. So, you know, they're definitely, you know, going to try to, you know, maybe hide a few things they may not do tomorrow night and end up doing next Tuesday in the sectional. So, you know, we've got to just get a feel for them and see, you know, what kind of style they're going to play. But hopefully, you know, we can do what we want to do, and that's press them a little bit and try to create some turnovers.
There you go. And, you know, that putting that pressure on them, and especially with a young team, I could see that, you know, creating those turnovers and pushing the game in your favor.
Yeah, you know, that's the whole. We want to try to speed the game up. We don't want to let them control the tempo.
You want to play at your pace,
because they're going to want to slow it down and, you know, take it possession by possession. And we want to hopefully try to score off some turnovers if we get an opportunity to, and, you know, just try to get them, you know, like I said, playing faster than they're comfortable.
Okay, that's, you know, I mean, that sounds like a great game plan. You know, like I said, I'm not real versed in basketball, but I'm versed in competition. So that, you know, just from what you're saying, you know, it seems to me that you guys are on the right track, and I think you guys are going to have pretty good luck in your sectional round. Well, Coach, it's been good talking to you tonight. I appreciate the call, and hopefully I get to talk to you again before the end of the season.
Sounds great. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, Coach, you have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. I'll either have the next coach on, or maybe we'll go ahead and do our inspiration for the night. We'll be right back.
See Celebrity Home Loans in Salem, where everyone gets treated like a star. Come experience the star treatment with us. You'll never go back to the ordinary home loan experience again. Stop in today and see Dennis Baxter, branch manager of the Salem office. Start working on a new home loan or refinancing today. They've served nearly 50,000 families with over $15 billion in loans. Stop in and see Dennis and his staff. They're ready to work with you today. As a star, you expect the best, and that's all Celebrity Home Loans has to offer. Nothing off the rack. We're talking fine living, designer fashion home loans around here. Come by today and see Dennis or Autumn at 18 Public Square, Suite A, or call for an appointment. 812-883-0670. Remember, at Celebrity Home Loans, you're the star.
At American Family Insurance, we know your life has many moving parts, from your 4 wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family. We'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings, and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection, so you can keep dreaming, towards what's next. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For details, contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated. Call 812-277-1400 or stop by 1528 L Street in Bedford today.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving. With the unmatched orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With a best-in-class team and procedures you won't find anywhere else in the region. It's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on. Keeping on. Visit BaptistHealth.com/ortho to find a Baptist Health provider.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup. And the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sidelines, folks. We have the Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D's sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
If you're searching for a career, GKN can provide an opportunity for you. GKN Powder Metal in Salem, Indiana is your full metal shapes solutions provider. GKN is currently recruiting for CNC operators for 12-shift schedules, which is 3 days 1 week and 4 days the following week. You may apply in person Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Starting wage is $18.45 up to $24.75 based on experience, plus 60 cents for shift premium for night shift and a full range of competitive benefits. Competitive wages and medical, dental, and vision insurance. Life insurance optional. Free short, long-term disability. Free life accident insurance, plus 401k savings plans with company match. Shaping powder metal into high performance and high precision components. GKN provides leading powder metal expertise and process experience to transform ideas into production. GKN is an equal opportunity employer.
Whenever the forecast is nice, you're probably thinking about enjoying the great outdoors. Whether that means doing some four-wheeling or hitting the road in an RV, First Harrison Bank can help make your dreams a reality with a loan designed to meet your needs. Talk with one of our associates about our options for RV, boat, and camper financing. If you're looking for a great auto loan, we can help with that too. To get started, just visit us at firstharrison.com. Keep it easy, keep it local. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good coverage doesn't have to cost more. If Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance insures both your vehicle and your home or farm, you could save 18% on your auto policy premium and 20% on your homeowners or farm owners policy premiums. Own a motorcycle? Earn 18% on that premium with a qualifying auto and save an extra 5% on your auto with a personal or umbrella policy. Want to know how to save? Call Jason Petmeyer, your Washington County agent, at 812-883-2995 or visit infarmbureau.com.
Be sure and set your dials to WSLM 97.9 FM at 12:20 a.m. next week for Coach's Corner, live brought to you in part by Salem McDonald's to get a front row seat into local high school sports with your coaches from Eastern, Salem, and West Washington. Your host, Nate Pierce, will be back next week with more from the Eastern, Salem, and West Washington sports.
Caring people makes a difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorcare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877. After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272. We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup. And the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sidelines, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D's sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
If you're searching for a career, GKN can provide an opportunity.
Well, that commercial ended kind of fast. we had a little technical difficulty and a hiccup there, but I think we're going to recover. We're just fine. Engineer error. I don't push buttons except for over here on the phone. So, all right. So now we are live with Coach Matt Myers. Matt Myers has been on the show several times, and I'm glad to have you back tonight. How you doing, Coach?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Appreciate you guys having me back on to talk basketball for a little bit.
Well, you're going to do all the talking when it comes to basketball because you know me, I'm still learning. So out there at West Washington, you guys have got a pretty good record, and you guys are looking really good. How's that feel?
Well, compared to our last season where we had a very young, inexperienced team, and we still got a lot of those girls on board, it's good to see their growth and improvement from a year ago to now. I think we talked before on the show about last year with that inexperience and youth. We struggled at times to close out some games last year.
Right.
Well, we've had some of those this year, but it's sort of turned in our favor to where we've come out as the winners, whether it's defending, making free throws, or just making baskets. It's good to see that from the girls, and we're very happy for them for being as successful as they have been this season. And we're not done. We got the most important part coming up next week, so we're excited to get back into the tournament and see what we can do.
Very, very good. You guys play tomorrow night?
No, we don't. We wrapped up our regular season last night on the road at Ford, and we.
I read that off just a little bit ago. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. There's still teams playing.
Right.
But that was our last game. So that's nice. We don't play until Tuesday. We play the one game at West Washington that opens up sectional play.
Right. You're playing Edinburgh, and they're 8-7. What do you expect that game to look like?
Well, that's a good question. We really like the draw. To back up a little bit, we made sure the girls knew that when we gathered for our sectional viewing party that everybody does, that we didn't care what the draw was. Our main focus was we were going to show up, enjoy time together, and find out what time they wanted us there, what day. But in the end, we got a draw that we really liked. As far as we're going to play on Tuesday, we're host, so girls, they want to play. They'd much rather do that than practice. So we're gonna kick off on Tuesday, and hopefully we can continue winning and play again Friday, then hopefully Saturday. But as far as Edinburgh goes, that's a good question. A bit unique, as we played them 3 weeks ago this Saturday, and as we played a handful of games since then, Edinburgh hasn't played a game since us.
Really? Or COVID or something?
They ran into some COVID-19 protocols and quarantining and whatever else unfolded there, but they've not played a game since we had played earlier this month.
So they're going to be fresh, but they're also probably going to be rusty.
Well, I know how those stretches can go when you don't have any games, and it's just practice, and it gets very monotonous.
Right.
But we're not going to put any of that, players or coaches or anybody, hopefully, that plays any kind of favor in our way. We're going to have to show up like we do every game and play really well.
That's right, because if you sleep on a team, so to speak, and then they come in and play their best game, and you lose that when you're expected to win it, that gets a little hard to explain, doesn't it?
It does. And what Edinburgh's faced now is, if they were just regular season games, they probably just wouldn't play them. But they've got 3 conference games left, and they play tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Decent competition as well, so they're going to jump right back in head first and play 3 games in 3 days.
Right. So they're gonna have a little bit of that warm up brought back to them.
Yeah, and we'll see how that goes. But it's not been able to watch them play. That
yeah, that'd get a little nerve wracking, not knowing what to plan for.
Yeah, I hadn't really kept up with them a lot. We got kind of in the dog days here, where we have a bunch of games, and probably didn't keep up with them as much as I should have. And once I found out the draw, I immediately went on to John Harrell, the amazing John Harrell website, and pulled them up. And they hadn't played a game, so not really sure what to expect. But we did play them, and we beat them. Now, it's obvious to anyone it can be difficult to beat a team twice.
Right.
But we're going to prepare like we always do, and make it one game at a time like we always have done. And, you can't really factor in too much about Edinburgh making the trip down to West Washington, because we were in the exact same situation last year, just about the exact same draw as last year.
Yeah.
Except Edinburgh was the host school, and we had to drive up there on Tuesday, and we were fortunate enough to come out with victory and continue on and play in the sectional championship against Trinity Lutheran. So I don't buy into the whole they got to drive down here stuff. And if that was the case, we shouldn't have won last year. So
right.
We're not going to factor any of that in. We're just going to look from our game the last time. We got a good idea of what to expect from them. And for us, really, we just need to worry a lot about ourselves and try to do what we do and do it well.
You guys are going to play on your merits. That's what you've worked for, and the hard work that you put in this season. That's what you're going to put out there on the basketball court on that Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's right. And it's important, obviously, to got a good idea with that already. What defensively, what are we looking at going up against, and maybe what are they going to run somewhat against our defense, things like that, and their lineup. We know all that really well, their personnel, but it just comes down to just a couple things. We've got to not throw the ball to the other team, and we got to make it difficult for the other team to get a good shot. And we try to keep it as simple as we can, although that gets a little complex sometimes, but that's ultimately what it comes down to. And we did that last night at Borden. However, we did allow them to get plenty of shots, and they made a lot of them, but we thankfully made more than they did, and we came out winning that game. But I thought we played well last night. We shot the ball last night at Borden the best we'd shot it all season. Our field goal percentage was darn near 60%, and we went 18 for 22 from the free throw line. So we got to make those. We got to make the free throws and going strong to the basket, being aggressive. So a lot of good stuff last night as we wrapped up our season. Now we get time to prepare and get up a lot of shots, stay conditioned, but also stay rested and just try to really fine-tune some The
Right.
primary thing is to stay fresh, know what their job is, their role. And again, it comes down to putting the ball in the hole, and
That's right. Keep it simple.
more than the other team.
Now, am I correct in thinking that you only had 2 seniors this year?
Yes, sir. That's correct. I got 2 seniors, and we've got 1 junior.
Okay, so that's a really young team to have such a good record. That's impressive. Have you guys had your senior night yet?
We did. Yes, we had that. We had that against Paoli last week.
Yeah. Those I talked to the other 2 coaches tonight about that, and the memories that you've made with those seniors, and them moving on, and the kids that are being prepared, for next year to come up as your seniors and as your starting lineup and your team leaders. Do you feel like those girls stepped up into that role this year and have really taken that leadership role?
Well, we can go back to last year when we had a lot of new faces and a lot of youth and inexperience. They didn't really have a choice. Last year, Lexi Griffiths, our lone senior, did an amazing job. And then I think we talked about this before. That's the only senior we lost, but that's also a player that contributed just about everything to our team.
Yeah.
So you're left scratching your head thinking, man, where are we going to – we were already scratching and digging and clawing to get points on the board last year. So where's all that going to come from this year?
Right.
That's where you've got Madison and Mackenzie, our 2 seniors, sisters, twins, and they've done an outstanding job. They've also, on the captain side of things, got help from our 1 junior, Ainsley Nance. She's more of the voice of the 3, but the 2 Browns, they are first and foremost, they're just great people. They're great girls. They're active in everything. They work a job. They're great students. And they play just really hard. They set a good tone for the team that, we get on the floor, we dive, we hustle, we play hard. And there are a couple players that, like last year, you're going to miss them. You appreciate all the time they've invested. You realize they've got a lot more devotion than just basketball. They've got involvement with everything, and they still can show up day in and day out and play like they do. They're not basketball players. They're involved in softball and volleyball.
Right. They're not basketball players. They're athletes.
They are the perfect group of girls you could have at a 1A school that help all the sports. They're great kids. They've gotten a little bit more outspoken. They're shy girls, but you put them in situations where you make them feel a little uncomfortable. They begin to
come out of their shell a little,
have maturity, and talk to the team, and they're kind of back in that same situation as last year. And this is my just second year as a head coach. Maybe that's how it is every year. You kind of wonder when they leave, who's going to step in and pick up those pieces. And frankly, last year at this time, I probably wouldn't have expected the production that they've given our team. But yes, to answer your question, they've done an outstanding job, along with Ainsley Nance, our junior. They're focused, locked in, ready to go. They want to continue winning.
That kind of brings me to my next question here. That continuing to win. So looking down this bracket, you guys, let's just assume everything's going to go your way on Tuesday night. You move on to Shaw, which they've got they're a 500 record right now, and what kind of team do you expect to play there? And if you make it all the way to the final round of sectional, and we're assuming that you're going to probably play Trinity Lutheran. I mean, Crothersville just they don't look like they've got a whole lot going on up there right now. But so the first part of that question, what kind of team do you think you're going to get to play with Shaw? And then the second part of that question is what do you expect the game to look like if you guys get to play Trinity Lutheran?
Shaw Memorial, with what little I know, it's actually my assistant's scout. What I do know is they're a much improved team, and should we make it to Friday, it's not going to be an easy game. Like I said, there's no easy games for us.
Right.
It will not be easy. They're a young team, but from what I gather, they've got a lot of length. They're young, so their presence could definitely play a factor. And I'm sure they're going to be hungry to get a win and be in the sectional championship. So it's just another one of those teams where we've got to execute and do what we do and do it well and play extremely hard. But they've been in the slumps a little bit here lately. But this new class they've gotten in, from what my assistant has told me, they've got a lot of potential coming up. So as long as they stay there, I think Shaw Memorial is in good shape here in the next 3 years as being contenders. But should we make it to Friday and we play well and we win that game, I would say it's leaning yes. Trinity Lutheran beating Crothersville on Friday night before the second game. They'll play first.
Right.
My assistant that was at the Shaw Crothersville game earlier this week said Crothersville had some girls, two starters that were out.
Now you hate to hear that.
To play the power that Trinity Lutheran has is going to be very tough for them to match up with, but you never know.
Right.
But should we face Trinity Lutheran, they've got experience. They've got a senior that's played in four sectional championships. I'm pretty sure. They've got a junior that's one of the better players in Southern Indiana. She just crested 1,500 points as a junior.
Oh, wow.
They've got a sophomore that's gotten a lot of experience, plays travel ball. She hurt us last year as a freshman. And then beyond that, they've got a freshman player this season that can put up some points and get some rebounds. So we would have to get a little bit out of the box with them at times, I think. But they're down a little bit this season, as you would expect when you lose a 6'2" or so inside out D1 player. But they're still a very good team. A team also that's got experience playing in that position, in that situation. So,
well, Coach, I got to tell you, I've got a lot of faith in you, and I think that if you guys do make it to that game, I believe you guys are going to come out the winners this year. So, just keep going, moving forward, and keep pushing those girls.
We'll be sure to do that, most definitely, and hopefully you're right. That would be amazing.
All right, well, I'll be rooting for you, Coach. It's been good talking to you, and hopefully I get to talk to you again this season.
Yeah, you bet, anytime. I appreciate you letting me call in and talk for a little bit.
All right, I appreciate it. We will talk to you next time.
Okay,
all right, you have a good night. Coach Matt Myers, everybody. What a guy. He's got a great personality, and he's leading a great group of girls out there. I think we're going to go right on into our inspiration tonight because we're getting a little tight on time. And I wanted to pick something that was specifically female athlete related, because we are talking about girls sectional right now, and their season's coming to an end, and they're moving into the postseason, and they've in Washington County, the girls teams have had a lot of success in the past. Salem has played in a state championship. Eastern girls have actually won a state championship in the last 6-8 years, something of that nature. So our quote tonight is: somewhere behind the athlete you've become the coaches who pushed you, and the hours of practice is a little girl who fell in love with the game and never looked back. Play for her tonight. So what I get out of that is that is specifically focused to the female athletes. You have grown so much as a player from the time you first fell in love with the game to the point that you're at now, especially these seniors. Go out there and don't just go out and play for sectional championship or whatever is at the next level. Go go out there and play for that little girl that fell in love with the game. Go out there and play for the reason that you fell in love with the game. Go out there and play your hearts out, do your best. And at the end of the day, if you do those two things, you play your heart out and you do your best, then nobody can fault you, whatever the results are. Just leave it all out there on the court. Good luck to you guys in the postseason. Girls in the postseason. Sorry, that's a habit. And just stay focused. Whatever you guys, girls, venture to do next in your life, approach it with that same attitude. Whenever you find what you want to do and what you love to do, give it everything you've got, just like you did in all those years and all the practices in basketball or whatever athletics that you were in. But don't lose sight of what was that initial love. A lot of people can get into a career and they love it at first, and then it gets really humdrum after a while. Excuse me. But if you don't lose sight and you appreciate where you came from and how you started and why you fell in love with what you're doing, you'll find renewed enthusiasm. And like I said, same thing with these games coming up. Keep your eye on the prize, play hard, but remember what caused you to love the game. I think that's all I've got tonight, and good luck to all the ladies in sectional here, and hopefully I'll hear some pretty good success stories from the teams here in the county. So you guys, it's been great to be with you guys tonight, and I will catch you back here next Wednesday. I wanted to mention that the wrestling sectionals are actually also going on this week. They start Saturday. Salem will be at the Jeff sectional. I believe Eastern will also be at that sectional. But I know that West Washington won't be. So, let's around the county, everybody cheer for those guys too, as well as these Lady Lions. And, the boys basketball teams are still going on. Their season will go into March, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll be talking with them a lot more as it goes on. And hopefully all the teams around the county advance this week. So you guys have a great night, and we'll catch you next week.
Whenever the forecast is nice, you're probably thinking about enjoying the great outdoors. Whether that means doing some four-wheeling or hitting the road in an RV, First Harrison Bank can help make your dreams a reality with a loan designed to meet your needs. Talk with one of our associates about our options for RV, boat, and camper financing. If you're looking for a great auto loan, we can help with that too. To get started, just visit us at firstharrison.com. Keep it easy, keep it local. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good coverage doesn't have to cost more. If Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance insures both your vehicle and your home or farm, you can save 18% on your auto policy premium and 20% on your homeowners or farm owners policy premium. Own a motorcycle? Earn 18% on that premium with a qualifying auto and save an extra 5% on your auto with a personal or umbrella policy. Want to know how to save? Call Jason Petmeyer, your Washington County agent, at 812-883-2995 or visit infarmbureau.com.
Caring people makes a difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a caller. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions with peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorcare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877. After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapy. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit ASCCare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Be sure and set your dials to WSLM 97.9 FM and 1220 AM next week for Coach's Corner, live brought to you in part by Salem McDonald, to get a front row seat into local high school sports with your coaches from Eastern, Salem, and West Washington. Your host, Nate Pierce, will be back next week with more from the Eastern, Salem, and West Washington sports.
This report, she says Republicans will take back the U.S. House from Democrat control in November.
Energy, the southern border, the cost of inflation. How about those three right there?
On Tony Katz Today.
We can turn those around almost instantaneously by putting the Trump administration rules back.
Walorski, like other Republicans, blames the Biden administration policies for higher gas and propane prices, bare store shelves, and even empty shelves. She says Republicans are basically promising a direct reversal, where Democrats promise to double down on what they're doing. Chris Davis, Network Indiana.
The Bail Project has some harsh critics in Indianapolis. 3 people bailed out with the organization's help went on to commit violent crimes in Indy. But the project's David Gasper tells Indy Politics.
Our mission is to end cash bail, the two-tier disparity system of those who have means can have their freedom, and those who do not have the means cannot secure their freedom.
Gasper acknowledges what happened in Indy, but he says those tragic events should not overshadow the thousands of other people the Bail Project has assisted. Your state legislators will try again to compel Indiana high school students to file the federal financial aid form. The kids could be missing out on money for college. Eric Berman reports.
The Indiana Chamber says states which have required the application form have seen more students go to college and more of them graduate. 2 out of 5 Indiana seniors don't fill it out. Associate Commissioner for Higher Education Josh Garrison says that's $65 million in grants they could have gotten to help pay for tuition.
This is borne at greater rates by low-income students, by Black students, by Latino students, and by rural students.
School boards say they can't support the bill unless there are changes to offset the time spent on poking families who have put it off. Eric Berman, Network Indiana.
And I'm Stan Lear. You're listening to Network Indiana.
We're here early before they wake up. We stay late. We stay informed. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
We do this not because it's our job, but because this is about our veterans' lives. This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
If you're searching for a career, GKN can provide an opportunity for you. GKN Powder Metal in Salem, Indiana is your full metal shapes solutions provider. GKN is currently recruiting for CNC operators for 12-shift schedules, which is 3 days one week and 4 days the following week. You may apply in person Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Starting wage is $18.45 up to $24.75 based on experience, plus 60 cents per shift premium for night shift and a full range of competitive benefits. Competitive wages and medical, dental, and vision insurance. Life insurance optional. Free short, long-term disability. Free life accident insurance, plus 401k savings plans with company match. Shaping powder metal into high performance and high precision components. GKN provides leading powder metal expertise and process experience to transform ideas into production. GKN is an...
Hello, folks. So you need some new appliances for your home. Have you heard about Billy Martin's store in Martinsburg? Maybe you've heard about us from a family member, friend, or neighbor, and we're very grateful to these fine folks. Janice and I spend each day trying to make our customers #1 in both sales and service to the best of our ability. We carry a full line of GE Hot Points Speed Queen appliances, and as a GE Showcase dealer, we can offer you low prices, cash rebates, in 6 months, same as cash. We offer you fast free delivery to your home, free haul-off, and our own service on what we sell. We can offer you builder contract pricing as well as total package deals on appliances and floor coverings for your home. And remember to beat the heat with a new GE room air conditioner with models ranging from 5,000 to 24,000 BTUs. Hurry in while supplies last. So why not drive on out to the country today and save a lot at Billy Martin Store in downtown Martinsburg? Give us a call at 967-3997 and we'll be glad to help you.
MPP in Campbellsburg, Indiana is hiring. We are direct hiring again for production roles and would love to talk to you about joining our growing team at our Campbellsburg plant. MPP is a premier powdered metal manufacturer in the area. So come in, check us out, and find out how you could have a rewarding long-term career in manufacturing along with a safe place to work, competitive wages, 401k with company match, tuition reimbursement, and even a free health insurance option, plus so much more. Check out their website at mppinnovation.com or visit their lobby at 596 West Oak Street in Campbellsburg.
Listening to us is easier than baiting the hook and plopping it into the water.
12:20 a.m. My Country.
I wouldn't mind being alone. I wouldn't keep checking my phone. Wouldn't take the long way home just to drive myself crazy. I wouldn't be losing sleep, remembering everything you said to me, like I'm doing lately. You would be all that I want. Maybe I could let go. If I didn't love you, I'd be good right now. I'd be better than barely getting by somehow. Yeah, it would be easy not to miss you. Wonder about who's with you. Turn the want you off whenever I want to. If I didn't love you. If I didn't love you.
Wouldn't still cry sometimes. Wouldn't have to fake a smile. Lay it off and tell lies. Somebody asked how I feel. Try to find someone new. Should be something I can do. Maybe if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in the state that I knew.
You wouldn't be all that I want. Maybe I could let go. If I didn't love you, I'd be good right now. I'd be better than barely getting by somehow. Yeah, it would be easy not to miss you. Wonder about who's with you. Turn the want you off whenever I want to. If I didn't love you. If I didn't love you. It wouldn't be so.